Is this a fake out or the perfect buying opportunity? Well guys, it's payday soon again, so I would say let's strap in and let's find out. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm the one and only Coin Baron, and it's the time of the month again to check the price action of Cronos. And if you don't want to wait for a whole month, I do recommend you to check out my X profile as well at the Coin Baron, and there I also share some other TA, for example over here on the CRO Bitcoin charts. But guys, let's get started with CRO US dollar. As we have seen in the intro, we have drawn some kind of bull flag on the CRO US dollar pair. And what I found very significant over here is that if you start to zoom in a bit more on this pair, what we see is that we had a daily close above the trend line over here, and we also had a retest the day after at the trend line. So normally, guys, we haven't broken down below it yet, but normally this is a very bullish signal. What we also need to understand is that Cronos doesn't live in a vacuum, and it still follows the footsteps of its bigger brother Bitcoin. And what we have seen play out in the last month is a beautiful inverse head and shoulder for Bitcoin over here. What I've seen on the weekly scale though, guys, might be even more bullish, because what we see there is again a bull flag. How lovely, isn't it? So we have the pole over here, and we have this downward sloping trend. This downward sloping trend over here. And it has broken out of this trend. We can also draw the down limit over here, something like this. And then you see in this last week, we have broken out of the pattern. But this week is still in full play, so it can still easily go down below it. So we have to wait again for the weekly confirmation. But if, in case this is going to be an actual breakout, this is going to be very interesting, because we can draw the pole to the breakout spot over here, and that would bring us to a lovely 96,000, almost 100k, guys, for Bitcoin. How beautiful. So, Cronos chart looking bullish, Bitcoin chart looking bullish. I think, guys, there is a lot of rocket fuel available to start our moon mission. But, like I just mentioned, that weekly close, wait for it, check it out, and make sure this is actually confirmed. So, now we know things are looking bullish for both Bitcoin and Cronos. But what is the greater sentiment regarding altcoins? To find out, we visit our trusty altcoin season index. And honestly, ladies and gentlemen, I'm getting some mixed signals. I do think right now we are heading towards another Bitcoin season. And if Bitcoin is going towards that 100k, that wouldn't really surprise me. Bitcoin goes first, and only then the altcoins will follow. So that would make sense. But I also do see some strength recently from Ethereum mainly. After visiting Bitcoin season, it really jumped up really quickly. So I do feel like altcoins are ready to pop. So it's really hard to make a call here. What I can say though, if you go to the yearly chart, which I find more interesting personally, is that we are clearly leaving the Bitcoin year. So we have had this curvature over here, which makes sure that we are leaving towards the altcoin year. The question though is only how quickly will this pattern play out. Since we didn't really get a clear winner over here, next up we will take a look at the CRO Bitcoin chart. As I told you in our previous video, I was expecting some more downside for CRO Bitcoin. And unfortunately, guys, that definitely played out. So what we see end of April, beginning of May, we went down, give or take 15% for CRO Bitcoin. And in Bitcoin value, guys, 15% is quite a lot. Even worse, guys, I was thinking for a few days we had a daily close above this trend line. So that is definitely signaling some good momentum, especially because we had a retest at the trend line, but we still broke below. So that is very, very unfortunate. Especially, guys, if you take a look at this trend line has been important to us since basically the whole bear market started. So once we escape this trend, this very thick orange line, we are definitely out of the woods. So the question, of course, is when are we out of the woods? When do we know what kind of direction CRO Bitcoin will get? And there I have to say again, very, very soon probably. Just take a look at how little time we have left for these two lines over, these thick lines to close. And I would say we have to get an answer in at least July, I would say. So July, we know the definitive answer. But guys, I definitely expect some kind of summer lull, maybe, so that we see, hey, CRO is going up, Bitcoin is going up, but neither is really outpacing the other. That's definitely one of the possibilities that I see playing out here. Furthermore, guys, I do urge you to zoom out and check at the upside potential for the CRO Bitcoin on the longer term. Because if we even go back to one of the lower highs for CRO Bitcoin value, that will be like a 5x already in Bitcoin value, guys. This is definitely one of the better risk-reward plays for any high conviction altcoin, I would say. Especially if you take a look at different altcoins, like, for example, Polygon. They've broken down below these very important support lines, like we see in this thick orange line below. All in all, ladies and gentlemen, I think for Bitcoin, it's right now anyone's guess on the short term if CRO will win or Bitcoin will win. I think in the end, we will both win. So that's, of course, a good thing for both parties. But right now, I don't know what's the better play. Having said that, guys, personal allocation, of course, very important. I will do 75% again in CRO and 25% in Bitcoin. As you hear, ladies and gentlemen, I am still stacking some more sets as well. But my overall goal is to generate more wealth. And if the time comes, or when the time comes, that CRO is going to outpace the growth of Bitcoin, then I'm definitely going to switch it around and probably go all in on Cronos. That sounds crazy, but yeah, it's kind of my way of working over here. Anyways, let me know what your personal allocation is for this month. If you like this kind of content as well, leave a like, subscribe for more, and I will see you in the next one. See ya.